On page 321, number 5, it says, for each system. So the difference on today's is it's a system of inequalities. Does anybody raise your hand? Does anybody remember what, raise your hand, inequalities are?
They don't match up.
Shh. I just said raise your hand. Talking and raising your hand at the same time doesn't count. Okay, inequalities means not equals. It means less than or greater than, those kinds of problems. We have graphed inequalities before. I don't know if you guys recall. It's impossible to write all the solutions to two variable inequalities. So usually when you graph it, you make the line and then it's like shade above because all of these things are the solutions. It's kind of impossible to say it.
Yeah, I know.
You guys remember all that shading stuff?
Yeah.
Well, today we got a system of inequalities, which means kind of two lines together. It's very similar.
Okay.
Anyway, number 5 is not a graph. It's saying for each system, determine whether the given ordered pair is a solution. Who thinks they know how we can figure out number 5?
Plug in the numbers at the bottom.
Plug in the numbers. Does it have to work in one of the lines or both of the lines?
Oh.
So on the top line it's 2 times 2 plus 3 times 3. Is that greater than or equal to 5?
Yes.
Yes. The bottom line says 2 plus 3. Is that less than or equal to 7?
Yeah.
Yes. So number 5 is yes.
Yes.
Number 7, I'm glad they put the weird one on 7.
Yeah.
You guys might have been able to figure it out, I don't know.
Yeah.
So if we plug the 2 for y, then we get 2 is less than or equal to negative 4 for x plus 6. Is that true?
Yeah.
What's negative 4 plus 6?
2.
2. Is 2 less than or equal to 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. The bottom line, what do you guys think? It just says x is less than 4.
Yes.
No.
What's the x value?
It's equal, so no.
4. Is 4 less than 4?
No.
No. So 7 is just no.
Wait. Oh, is this what we used to do?
We've done stuff like it before. When we used to do it, it was only one inequality. Now it's 2 inequalities together. Okay, 9 is graphing. So you guys ready to roll?
No. What was 5? Yes or no? Yes.
Okay, it says y is less than or equal to x minus 2. Who remembers how to graph that?
So isn't that you just go?
You just
That's
1
okay.
over 1.
So let's raise our hands. Okay.
You go down 2.
Down 2.
And then if there's no number before the x, just 1, so 1 over 1.
1 or 1 over 1. So you go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Okay. Remember when we draw inequalities, sometimes the line itself is not part of the answer. You guys know what I'm talking about? If it's less than or equal to, do I draw a dotted or solid line?
Solid.
Solid. Okay, the equals to this thing underneath means the line is part of the answer. So anyway, draw a solid line. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight solid line. Okay, but we're not shading yet. If we were to shade, where would we shade?
Below.
Below.
Okay.
It says y is less than. That's how you say it.
Y is less than.
Y is less than blah, blah, blah. So that means we're going to shade less than the line, below the line.
Okay.
Okay, but we're not going to do that yet because we got the other line.
What's the other? Oh, yeah.
Y is greater than or equal to 3x minus 5.
So minus 5.
Start down at negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Go up 3 and over 1.
Up 3 over 1. Well, we solved systems by graphing, but those were equations where they met at one point. You guys remember that? But we're not really. Is the line going to be solid or dashed?
Dash.
Solid.
Solid.
Oh,
It's solid and dashed.
I'm having trouble drawing straight lines today. Okay. Now, when you draw two lines that cross, it kind of creates 4 regions. Do you guys see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
This little skinny thing up here, this wide one, skinny, wide. So there's 4 regions. One of those regions is gonna be the answer. So the first line that I drew was this blue line. And remember we said we wanna go below the blue line.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either below the blue line, it's either gonna be region 1 or region 2.
2.
Okay, the other line says y is greater than, so we gotta go above the red line.
So it's 2.
So it's either above the red line would be 3 or 2.
So 2.
So 2 is what they have in common. So you just shade this little slice right here. What significance does that shaded region have?
That's the answer.
Yeah. All the solutions in here, like -1, -4, all those things would work in both inequalities. Any point that you could find in this spot should work in both of those. I guess maybe I should offer you guys colored. You want to use colored pencils?
Yes.
Why?
It just looks better. And
Yeah, and it's confusing because I
It's
can't
just-
tell
it's
which
fine.
ones to draw.
I can shade
I
with
will.
yeah, we'll make it optional.
Sweet. What a beautiful shade.
No, trust your nine. Do you read it?
It's not important.
Read it on the read. Lost your percent.
What?
Okay, number 11. Y is greater than or equal to, this is 11.
Okay.
-2x plus 6.
Yeah. So up 6.
Start up 6,
Can't really go.
down to right 1, right?
Correct.
Down to right 1, down to right 1. Is that going to be a solid or dashed line?
Solid.
Solid again. I should have drawn it a bit longer. Okay, the other line, y is less than 1/3 x minus 5. We're going to start where? Down 5. Where do I go from there?
Up.
Up 1,
Oh,
right 3. You always go to the right unless you're going backwards. Up 1, right 3. Up 1, right 3.
What happens if you can't go?
You go backwards. You go, instead of up 1, right 3, you go down 1, left 3. Is it solid or dashed?
Dash.
Dashed.
My bad.
Oh my. Oh dear.
Can we take off if it's not dashed?
Oh bother. Like Piglet.
Wait.
Yeah, you lose half point if you don't dash it.
Hold on.
Okay, so on our first line, the solid one, it said y is greater than.
So it's above.
So it's above this line. So that'd be like, call it region 1 or region 2. That's above that line.
Oh,
So
so
it's the.
Yeah, the dash line, it says y is less than, so it's gotta be below this
so
line.
it's 2.
So it's 2. I didn't leave much room, did I? Down there.
I mean,
It does go forever, it's just, you know, not pictured.
You just see that much of it. I really don't get the concept.
Wait, that's the only.
Okay, so this one, it said shade above the line, y is greater than. So it needs to be above this first line we drew. So that would be like all this. And it's below the dotted line, so below this line. So that where it's both is right there.
Wait, I thought you were supposed to shade everything beyond that.
Say again.
Are you joking?
Are we graphing 15 through 18?
No, that's the only shade. Did you do the opposite?
We're stopping at 14.
I drew the picture last time.
Yeah, but you shaved everything.
Really?
No, but they did. I was looking at them.
Oh, yeah. I don't like the way they did it.
I like the way they did it.
It's, well, you still did it wrong.
Why was wishing
It's the,
everything?
it's the dark.
That took all your effort, didn't it?
This is still.
Can I just leave it like that?
No, you did it backwards.
I think I did it wrong too, but you know it's okay because I'm really messy.
That was number
So that you're
9 right there.
I wrote it again then.
That's 11 right there.
It's gonna look so bad.
Okay, 13 says, okay, who remembers? Marianne. Okay, girls. What did, okay, stop talking. Marianne, what did the line y equals 4 look like? No?
Horizontal.
Horizontal. You go up to 4 on the y-axis and draw a horizontal line. Is it going to be solid or dashed?
Dash.
Dashed.
Dash it. No, that was fun.
Okay. Then it says y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 3. So Marianne, where do we start out on that one?
Up 3.
Up 3.
I'll help your OCD.
And then where do we go from there?
Negative, down, negative, 2,
Down 2 over 1.
There's 6 on this.
Solid or dashed?
Oh, solid.
Solid.
Wait, how did you do that? Was that the one that you just drew? The big line that's not dashed, was that the other equation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The first line it says y is greater than. That was our dotted, our dashed line. So it's got to be above this line. And the second line says y is less than. So it's got to be below.
So it's in that little.
Well, there's not really numbers coming to it, but
Oh,
yeah, it's below this one and above this one. So
putting them.
right
Make it easier.
there.
Wait, I understand it the way that I did it, but I don't know.
You got it wrong though.
But
Remember, you didn't shade in the only thing that was supposed to be
I
shaded.
thought it was like you shade everywhere around the thing that is supposed to be shaded.
What they did was they shaded all of this in one color. They shaded all of this in the other color, and this was dark right here.
Because they wanted to be special.
I like guns because I go there and it's really awkward. And then we're just keep talking.
Wait, is it varsity or is it
Interview. Are we doing 19?
19. Okay. What is different? Shh. What is different about 19, Marianne?
It's in a different form.
It's in, yeah, it's kind of, it's standard form, right? So, what did we do when we had lines in standard form?
You gotta get
Subtract
the x to the other
Subtract
side.
x. Get y by itself. So y, if you subtract the x, would be greater than or equal to negative x plus 2. Remember, we left the x in front. Negative x plus 2. And then on the other one, it says x minus y. This one's going to be tricky. I'm going to stick this over here. X minus y is less than 4. What do I do on that line?
Minus x.
Minus x.
And then divide by negative 1.
Okay, so we get negative y is less than negative x plus 4.
Do you switch the side?
Okay, what happens
We times everything by
when
negative
you divide by negative 1 on an inequality, Lydia? You switch the sign. Well, that's not the only thing that happens.
Oh, they become perfect.
When you divide by negative 1, what happens? Inequality switches.
Yes.
You guys remember that trick?
Yes.
So it, not only do the signs switch, the inequalities switch on
Pay
that one.
attention to that.
So yeah, that's what makes that one tricky.
So are we multiplying by 1 on that or dividing?
Well, same thing. When you multiply by -1 or divide by -1, the same thing happens. Okay, so on the first one, it started up at +2. And then the slope is -1, so -1, right 1. So down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. The line solid or dashed.
Solid.
It's a little crooked, but you know, you get the difference.
No,
My line or your line's crooked?
I don't get one.
What? Why are mine good?
Okay, then where do I start on this one?
Negative minus 1.
Down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from there, we're gonna
Up
go
1 over 1.
up 1 and over 1. And is the line solid or dashed?
Dash.
Okay, our first line, our solid line, it says y is greater than.
So it has to be above.
So that'd be everything above here. So it's either this one or this one.
So
these two.
It's
And
2.
the next line also said y is greater than. There isn't really any numbers assigned to these regions. I just made those up.
Yeah, I forgot to switch numbers. So
Anyway, the second one also says y is greater than, so it's got to be above the dotted line also.
it's not.
So it's up. It's kind of an upright down left on this one. So it's above both of them, so it's up on both of them. So it's up, up.
I thought that one wasn't about to be my. I thought it was.
On to the evens.
Why don't you try one and I'll check it. Alright,
What?
good luck.